And welcome once again to the Thrifty Collector. Today I'm going to talk about some online purchases that I made of a recording artist called Christopher Cross. Now, if you were around back in 1980, he put out his debut album, and to say that album was a huge album is kind of an understatement. It won 4 Grammys for a debut album, which is pretty amazing. Only one other person has actually done that. And he actually also won a Grammy for Arthur's Theme, if you remember that movie with Dudley Moore. But what kind of got me back into thinking about Christopher Cross, I was actually watching an interview with this guy, and he was talking about the song Ride Like a Wind. And the title of it was The Greatest Guitar Solo You Never Heard. And what he did is he lowered everything and just did the guitar. And you realize this guy was a pretty amazing guitarist, but because he was kind of that soft rock kind of feel, he kind of kept the volume down. So, and you can find that video. Like I said, it's called The Greatest Guitar Solo You Never Heard. And but another thing that kind of amazed me about Christopher Cross, and if you have heard like the song Sailing, which is very slow and soft, he actually, for one night, played guitar for Deep Purple. And the story behind that is that in 1970, Deep Purple was coming over to the States, I believe, for the first time, and they all got flu vaccines because they didn't want to get sick. Well, the guitarist Ritchie Blackmore got sick from the flu vaccine, which is safe and effective, of course. So they got this, I think he was 17 or 18-year-old kid. It was near Houston, and they get to the venue, and they say, Richie's sick, we don't have a guitarist. And he says, I know this kid that is a huge fan of Deep Purple, and he will be more than happy to play with you tonight. So I went on and I started watching some of the old videos and really kind of get into it. It is a very soft rock kind of feel. If you were around, like I said, back in the 70s and 80s, it was kind of its own little genre. And so I went on and I started saying, well, maybe I'll buy the first album and see what else is out there. And I was shocked when I got on there, and he had some autographed albums on there. And so this is the first one, Secret Ladder. And as you can tell, it's signed by him. And then the second one I got was actually Take Me As I Am. Now, I haven't been able to listen to these because every CD player in my vehicles is broken. But I do have one actually being delivered in the next couple of days for my Mustang, so I'll be able to put that in and be able to listen to some of these. So the nice thing about these is I was expecting to pay, okay, if I buy a signed CD, I'm probably going to be $25, $30, $8 for them to ship it to me first class. But I was shocked. These were only $15 each, and it actually also included shipping. So I said, yeah, why not? I'll pick those up. So I didn't know at the time that there was no shipping price on that, so I was kind of cool with that. And then I kept looking more. I don't know if I'll be able to get this in all that well. But I also picked up a hat. And this is the Flamingo, and as you could see in the last one, the Flamingo is always kind of is usually on all of his records. And if you live in Florida, how can you not have a hat with a pink flamingo on it? And it's kind of neat here. It's got a little Christopher Cross stitching in there. But this hat and the 2 CDs signed cost me $50, and that was flat with flat shipping. So I really enjoyed that. Looking forward to getting that CD player in. And once I do, I'll be able to start listening to some of these CDs. So if you haven't checked out Christopher Cross in a long time and you're like, I think I kind of remember the song Ride Like the Wind, Saxon did a really good cover of it back in about 84, 85, and they really turned up the guitars on that. Pretty cool video, too, for them. But another thing about Ride Like the Wind, we actually also had Michael McDonald singing the background in it. And he, of course, is from Doobie Brothers fame. And you can actually watch some live performances. The kind of neat thing about Christopher Cross with his live performances, they sound just like the CDs. He is playing them live. He's not lip syncing, but still pretty much note for note, key for key. Great sound, great voice. And I just thought if there might be somebody that has forgotten about Christopher Cross and remembers that first album, with Ride Like the Wind and sailing. You really will enjoy this. Go back, check it out. A little bit, like I said, on the softer side, so you're not going to be able to crank it too loud. But I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, you know, $50 for a hat with a flamingo on it and 2 signed CDs I thought was a great deal. And I thought probably I should share that with everybody. Everybody have a great one, and thanks again.